Have you ever wondered how it would feel to have everything money could buy, but not a single person willing to celebrate your birthday? Imagine sitting alone in a beautiful mansion, surrounded by expensive gifts that you bought for yourself, while your phone stays silent. No friends, no family, no visitors. Just the sound of your own heartbeat reminding you how lonely success can be. But on one unforgettable birthday, the smallest act of kindness from a complete stranger changed one woman's life forever. Before we begin, welcome to Kindness Matters. If stories that restore your faith in humanity touch your heart, don't forget to subscribe, like this video, and leave a comment telling us where you're watching from. Your support helps us share more inspiring stories of kindness that truly make a difference. Emily Carter was only 34 years old, but she was already one of the most successful CEOs in Chicago. She had built a technology company worth hundreds of millions of dollars before turning 35. Her office overlooked the city's skyline, and every business magazine praised her determination and intelligence. But very few people knew the truth behind her smile. 3 years earlier, a terrible car accident had changed everything. Emily survived, but the injury left her paralyzed from the waist down. She now relied on a wheelchair every day. At first, everyone promised they would stand beside her forever. Business partners, friends, and even distant relatives visited often. But as months passed, their visits became less frequent. One by one, they disappeared. Many only cared about her success, not her heart. On the morning of her 34th birthday, Emily looked around her enormous home. Fresh flowers had been delivered by assistants. A beautiful cake waited in the dining room. The staff wished her a happy birthday before leaving for the evening. She smiled politely. Deep inside, she knew no one else was coming. Hours passed. She checked her phone again and again. No surprise visitors. No family. No close friends. Only business emails. With tears quietly rolling down her cheeks, Emily whispered, "I guess money really can't buy love." Across town, 33-year-old Daniel Brooks was finishing another exhausting workday. Daniel was a single father raising his 8-year-old daughter, Lily. After losing his wife to cancer 4 years earlier, every day became a balancing act between work, paying bills, and giving Lily the happiest childhood he possibly could. Money was always tight, but kindness was something Daniel never ran out of. That evening, while picking up groceries, Lily noticed a newspaper left on a nearby bench. "Dad, look." The front page featured Emily Carter. The headline read, "Young CEO celebrates birthday after difficult years following accident." Lily looked closely at the picture. She looked sad. Daniel nodded. Sometimes people can smile for cameras while hurting inside. As they walked home, they passed Emily's neighborhood. Her mansion stood quietly with almost no cars outside. Lily asked softly, "Do you think anyone came?" Daniel looked toward the empty driveway. "I don't know." The little girl became unusually quiet. A few moments later she smiled. "Dad, can we wish her happy birthday?" Daniel hesitated. "We don't even know her. But maybe she needs someone today." Daniel looked at his daughter. She reminded him so much of her mother. Kindness never needed an invitation. So they stopped by a nearby bakery. Using the little money he had left after buying groceries, Daniel purchased a small chocolate cupcake with a single candle. Lily carefully wrote a birthday card with colorful markers. It simply said, "Happy birthday. You matter more than you know. Love." A dad and his daughter. They walked to Emily's front gate. Security guards looked confused, but after hearing their story, one quietly smiled and called inside. A few minutes later, Emily rolled herself to the front entrance. She expected another delivery. Instead, she found an ordinary father holding a tiny cupcake, while a smiling little girl waved excitedly. Lily said, "Happy birthday, Miss Emily." Daniel felt embarrassed. "We're sorry if we're bothering you. We just thought no one should spend a birthday alone." Emily froze. For several seconds, she couldn't speak. Then tears filled her eyes. They really didn't come." Daniel gently handed her the cupcake. "Well, now someone did." Emily invited them inside. Instead of sitting around her expensive dining table, the three of them gathered in the kitchen. They laughed while eating cupcakes instead of the untouched luxury birthday cake. Lily told funny stories from school. Daniel shared memories about raising his daughter. For the first time in years, Emily laughed until tears rolled down her face. Not tears of sadness, tears of happiness. As the evening ended, Emily quietly asked Daniel, "Can I ask you something?" "Of course. Why would you spend your last few dollars on someone you've never met?" Daniel smiled. "When my wife was dying, strangers showed us kindness we could never repay. Since then, Lily and I promised we'd keep passing that kindness forward." Emily looked down at the handwritten birthday card. No expensive gift had ever meant so much. Over the following months, Emily and Daniel stayed in touch. Emily became like family to Lily. Lily often visited after school, decorating Emily's office with drawings that made every employee smile. Daniel never asked Emily for money or favors. He simply treated her like a friend. Inspired by their kindness, Emily started a new foundation that helped families caring for loved ones with disabilities. She hired single parents, expanded accessible workplaces, and funded community programs across the country. When reporters later asked what inspired such a life-changing mission, Emily smiled. It wasn't a billion-dollar business deal. It was a father with a $5 cupcake, and a little girl who believed no one should ever celebrate a birthday alone. Years later, Emily's birthdays looked completely different. Her home was filled with laughter, children, volunteers, neighbors, and friends whose lives had been touched by her generosity. Every year, Daniel and Lily still brought her a cupcake instead of an expensive gift, because they knew the greatest presents aren't wrapped in fancy paper. They're wrapped in kindness. If this story reminds us of anything, it's that a simple act of compassion can rewrite someone's future. You never know who is silently carrying loneliness behind a smile. Your visit, your encouragement, your time, or even a small cupcake may become the moment someone remembers for the rest of their life. So wherever you are today, choose kindness. It costs very little, but its impact can last forever. And sometimes, one small act of love changes not just one life, but many.